Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're looking at a site that promises a pretty massive shortcut. It's called FileCR.
It's a big one. The promise is free access to really expensive premium software.
And our mission here is to dig in and really analyze the risk profile for you. Is it actually safe?
Well, it's a major player. This site has been operating for over a decade. It has this enormous software catalog, and we're talking millions of downloads every single month.
And their main claim, the big promise, is that all the files are clean and verified.
That's the claim. And that's what we really need to put under the microscope.
Right, because that brings us to the core contradiction, and we should probably tackle this right away.
The fact that they don't actually host any of the files themselves.
Exactly. They claim everything is thoroughly evaluated, but they function purely as a search engine, a link aggregator.
So how can you possibly guarantee safety? There's zero accountability if the file isn't even on your servers. It creates this really weird situation with trust signals.
What do you mean by that?
Well, on one hand, the domain is over 10 years old. In the digital world, that usually suggests some stability, right?
Yeah, that feels trustworthy, but...
But then you look at the third-party security scores, and the picture gets dark, fast. Gridsoft rates the site at a 39 out of 100.
Whew, that's really low.
It's bad. And Scam Detector labels it medium risk. And what's more telling is the user concern.
Yeah, I saw this. Scam Advisor shows the site has been searched, over 47,000 times by people who are worried?
Right. So people are nervous even as they're clicking the download button. And that nervousness is justified when you look at the user reviews. It's a complete schism.
A total split. You have one camp of long-term users saying they've used it for months, no problems, calling it the safest pirated software site available.
And then you have the complete opposite. People documenting immediate negative reports. Finding Trojans designed specifically to steal passwords and browser cookies.
Which leads to actual damage. Gmail hacks, LinkedIn accounts getting taken over, even system malfunctions like desktop icons just vanishing.
And this is where we have to wade into the whole false positive debate. Because it's a real thing.
Explain that, because tools like Keegan's and Cracks, they have to behave a bit like malware to work, don't they?
They absolutely do. They have to inject themselves into processes, modify files. That behavior naturally triggers antivirus software.
So if the behavior is similar, how do we know when it's just the tool doing its job versus something actively malicious?
You look at the evidence that goes beyond a simple flag. A legitimate crack shouldn't be calling home to a server.
It should just work locally on your machine.
Precisely. But we see multiple users reporting identical symptoms, like a Gmail breach that happens days after an installation. That's not a false positive. That's malware.
And there are specifics, right? I saw that Norton detected 2 Trojans in recent Photoshop downloads alone.
And Windows Defender has caught software actively trying to access passwords and steal cookies. We've even seen files that try to disable the user account control in Windows.
Which is a massive red flag. And the irony in all of this is just, it's profound.
That they host an entire category of antivirus software on the platform.
Yeah. It feels like they're offering you fake protection from the very viruses they could be distributing, a kind of sophisticated double cross.
It is. So when you put it all together, the documented breaches, the malware behavior, the total lack of accountability.
They're not just looking at high risk. It feels more like unavoidable compromise. Is that the final take here?
I think it has to be. FileCR operates in the highest possible risk category. They get an easy out by not hosting the files, but that leaves you, the user, gambling with your most sensitive data.
Your passwords, your financial information.
And we all chase free software, but this really raises a critical question for you to think about. The question isn't, can you afford the software?
It's, can you afford to have your digital life completely turned upside down?
Exactly. What is the true price you'll pay when your data is stolen? That's what you have to ask.